All right, welcome back to LearnWire. I'm excited about this video because I want to do like another update video on Claude. And I guess we can say Claude version 2.0 is already available. A lot of you were super excited and enjoying using Claude and were kind of bragging on the fact that this is better than other softwares because it's free. Well, we've arrived at the day where if you want to get the best features of Claude, you will now have to pay for it. And I called this from the very beginning. It won't be free for long. People don't just build tools like this for, to give away for free. And I'm actually surprised that they've already are offering the paid version of this quickly into their launch. If we come over here and we look, well, this is the Anthropic. They're getting 5 million right here, but if we actually go over to the Claude AI website and look at the volume here, we're at almost 17 million people are using Claude AI. And they jumped and skyrocketed from just 24,000 visits in June. And this is August 9th. And so in July, the total recorded was 16.8 million similar web. This is just nuts. And this is mostly United States traffic, as it's catered towards or English speaking countries, because it's primarily an English-based tool right now. But we have arrived at a point where when you come to Claude, it's going to basically ask you to, hey, what do you want to use it for? We can click on this Talk to Claude. It's going to take you to the login screen right over here. And this is the free version still that you can get access to. But again, like ChatGPT 3, 3.5, and so forth, like it's going to come with a lot of limitations. I can't see myself enjoying or even using ChatGPT right now if I didn't have the $20 a month plus membership, because all the plugins that you get with ChatGPT and the quality and just everything about it, I really am not impressed with ChatGPT 3.5, and I don't use it. I don't remember the last time I actually used it, and there's no reason to when you have the unlimited that you can get to use it with ChatGPT 4. So I'm going to say similar things probably about Claude, that in order to get the best quality, because when we come down here, you can go and sign up, and I'm going to go sign up in a minute, but I wanted to do an overview real quick of the difference between this. They call it the safer AI content with constitutional AI built in. This is something that they are I think that they're coining this. I'm not really sure if it's come out before this, but I reviewing AI content generation softwares for the last 2 years. This is the first time I'm hearing about constitutional AI. And what that means to them is that it's designed to reduce brand risk, best-in-class data retention, and no training on your data. And then it's clever, leading the industry with 100,000 plus token windows. Excuse me, guys. Claude can handle complex multi-step instructions over large amounts of content. What this means is that you can go up to 100,000 words in one window. So when we pull open a window right here and we just open this up, 100,000 words can be in this right here. And that is what is going to separate this. Like this right here, for example, this massive prompt right here. Remember in the beginning ChatGPT days where you couldn't feed it very much content? You can feed this. You could feed this 70,000 words in Claude, and then ask it to write you a 3,000 word article based on all that information that you're feeding it in. So you have a lot of control over what you're doing with Claude. To answer a couple of questions, no, it doesn't go out and surf the web or scrape like ChatGPT. So there's going to be some use cases that ChatGPT is just still going to be superior. But I think that for some of these use cases like article writing, if we can feed it the content, right, you can use different things like HARPA AI extensions, and you can get summaries of websites and so forth, or summaries of YouTube videos very quickly. You can feed Claude that information in that context, and then you can have it write some very elaborate information based on its own database of training, and then also the information and the updated factual information that you're feeding it. So we can do some very powerful things. It's going to be very exciting. Get ready for a lot more content on Claude. Okay. So we're going to keep going. So yours, personalize Claude to excel at your use cases and speak in your voice. Make the model work for you. I don't know how to do that. Maybe that's in the prompts. You give it a backstory on all your prompts and so forth, so it knows your brand and everything. and then it's going to be able to write according to your brand. So I think that prompting is going to be a really big thing with creating some extremely high use prompts, especially for local SEO sites that have businesses that you want to feed it every time. And that's why it has such a large amount of tokens that you can feed it per use, right? Some of their partners are Quora, Slack, Notion, Zoom, Assembly AI. I don't know what Assembly AI is. I want to go and just check that. All right, so I'm going to check the traffic here. Not a million. Build AI applications with spoken data. So, okay. There you go. It's kind of like a transcription type service. So here's their models. Claude, our most powerful model, which excels at a wide range of tasks from sophisticated dialogue and creative content. Let me zoom in a little bit more for you guys. Generation to detailed instruction, good for complex reasoning, creativity, thoughtful dialogue, coding, and detailed content creation. Claude Instant is a faster, cheaper, yet still very capable model, which can handle a range of tasks, including casual dialogue, performance at low cost, reduced latency, a lightweight dialogue, moderation, and classification. So if you're going to be writing, it tells detailed content creation, coding, complex reasoning. So if you want the highest quality content, you do need to use Claude. This one's going to be paid. Claude Instant is still paid, but it's a tenth of the cost. And then right now, they don't tell you how long you're still going to get that free version. So I think that this is basically Claude version 2 right here. This is Claude Instant. And then there's Claude version 1, which is the free version, the one that I logged into right now that I still have access to. But we want the best of the best, right? When we're trying to rank our content, right? So we can see if we click on see pricing, it's going to open up this pricing over here. You can get Claude Instant is 100,000 tokens, $1.63 per million tokens. Sounds like it's pretty cheap in my opinion, but it's going to be 10 times more the cost if you're using Claude 2, okay? Which is right over here. This is Claude 2. All right. There's some use cases and so forth. And here's the FAQs that I wanted to go with. So is Claude secure with my enterprise data? Yes, Claude uses industry standard best practices for data handling and retention. See our privacy policy for more details. All commercial deployments and covered by Anthropic's data protection addendum, which is available upon request. Where can I see your model card? How does the API work? I'm more interested in that. Our API is designed to be a backend that incorporates Claude into any application you've developed. Your applications send text to our API, then receives a response with server-sent events, streaming. So any of you developer nerds out there, you'll be more interested in this sort of thing. We have API documentation with drop-in example code in Python and TypeScript. So super cool stuff. I think we're going to see more AI tools that are going to hit AppSumo and hit these other marketplaces that are going to be exclusively using Claude and not ChatGPT. So the world of AI, right now there's almost every AI writer is using some form of open AI. Well, in this case, we are now literally have another player in the market that's not using ChatGPT or OpenAI. They're using their own API. They're using their own, database of content, right? So it's like another ChatGPT. Is ridiculous. That's why you're seeing so much information about this and people making videos about this right now. What versions of Claude are available? We offer 2 right now. So technically they offer 3 because there's a free version, but to me this kind of almost looks like Claude, the free version, is going away. Is going to be going away soon, and you're going to have to pay for it right here. What is your pricing? We went over that. Languages, this Claude report support. Claude has the most training in English, but also performs well in a range of other common languages and still has some ability to communicate in less common languages. Claude has extensive knowledge of common programming languages. So it can also do coding and so forth, like Python and everything. Can Claude access the internet? No, Claude is designed to be self-contained and will respond without searching the internet. Okay, so that's very important. That's the distinction and difference between ChatGPT 4 and Claude. You can, however, provide Claude with text from the internet and ask it to perform tasks with that content, like I had just mentioned earlier. What does constitutional training do? Constitutional training is the process for training a model to adhere to a constitution of desired behavior. The core Anthropic model has been fine-tuned with constitutional training with the goal of becoming helpful, honest, and harmless. So, I mean, again, this could be, trying to produce the highest quality of content without basically going into some of these really dark subjects on accident that you wouldn't want to even read, especially if you had AI creating content for at the mass scale for customers or so forth, and you're not checking all of it. It could be creating some content that you definitely wouldn't want to be publishing on the World Wide Web. And so this is basically what this is saying, is that their model is trained to only give honest, harmless, and helpful content. What's the HH mean? So it's helpful, honest, and harmless. How do you further customize Claude's behavior? The fine-tuning of Claude. How long is Claude's contents window? This one is the one that is the most exciting and interesting to me. The combined context window for input and output is about 100,000 tokens, which works out to roughly 70,000 words, depending on the type of content. Can Claude do embeddings? Not at this time. We find the open source SBERT embeddings to be good enough for most purposes. And so here's the part. You have releasing Claude Instant 1.2, and you have Claude 2, and then you have the context windows right here. Okay. So there's all kinds of other stuff, press releases and so forth, if you want to follow along with the latest and greatest news of Claude. I'm going to go and sign up an account, and then you guys want to make sure to subscribe. I'll be back with another video, and we will, take Claude, a paid version for a test run, and start doing some testing and some case studies as well. So I'll see you guys in the next video.